So like I leaned on the power button again, and then I was clicking to try to get the thing to respond so I could stop it from shutting down. And while I was spam clicking to try to get it to respond, the window came up about, do you want to shut down or not? And my click happened to be on the confirm button. So it brought up the confirm button under where I was clicking, and then it totally shut down. So now we have no programs started. It did start back up quickly. I will give it that. Not as fast as we can compile 100,000 line programs, but it did start up relatively quickly compared to Windows or Linux usually. All right, well, we were like, we were running tests. I guess we get to do this over. So I think what I'm going to do, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't get fooled again. You know the thing. I'm just going to tape some cardboard over the button and see if that helps. Because it's not a good button. Bye again. Okay. I miss the old days of Dan Quayle spelling potato wrong. You know? You know what I mean? Okay, so what even were we working on? Okay, we're not going to pass this identifier probably. Actually, this should just be this. It's C++, so we have to change this. We have to change the caller. Something like that. Whatever I mean to express there. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to make a debug build of the game again with these changes. Oh, no, we're not, because it didn't compile. Maybe do autopoly. But yeah, like, I obviously didn't want that. Whoops. I obviously didn't want that. Stupid computer. Yeah, they're doing fireworks just over this hill from where I live all the time. I don't know why. They're trying to keep people from revolting with bread and circuses. Okay, well, that broke it. Let's try this. Just for now. I kind of wonder what that did trigger for. Disable the power button in my OS settings, but it's better to have cardboard taped over it. I don't change OS settings. I hate OS settings. Like if they gave me only 1 or 2 or 5 or 9 screens where I could change OS settings, then that would be great. I might do it. But there are like 234 screens, all of which contain overlapping and conflicting information, half of which are presented in insultingly 95% screen empty area because stupid designers at Microsoft thought that that would be the way to take over the phone market 15 years ago. And then you install an update and it changes all the settings. No, I refuse to play that game. Sorry. Cardboard doesn't remove itself when a Windows update forcibly installs. Okay? You like the 3+ generations of network settings you have to navigate through to get set a static IP. I know. It also shows you what their priorities are with the new UIs, right? It's not to get any work done. It's something else because all the useful stuff is buried under many layers. Wow, it's almost like they want to market the OS to as many people as possible to generate the most profit. No, that's not what it is. That is not what it is. It is called, they are trying to move from a business OS to a consumer OS because they want to sell ads on the desktop. So they're trying to shift to a market where they can sell people ads or sell people via ads. And they think people are stupid. And so they design for people who are stupid and don't do anything with their computer and don't understand anything. And then they do that badly. Like, it's not about trying to make a good product. Let me put it that way. How is that not what you said? It's not what you said. It's a different thing because there is a charitable interpretation of what you said that is, hey, we're trying to actually make a thing that a lot of people genuinely want. That is not what they're doing. They want to generate profit above all else. That's what a lot of companies do. Look, you have to stop repeating all this high school capitalism bullshit you hear from other people and understand how companies actually work. All right. There are a lot of reasons why Windows is the way it is, and a lot of them don't really have to do with wanting to make money above all else. If they did want to make money above all else, why don't they just make their operating system a lot better? More people would use it and they would make more money, but it's not that straightforward. All right. Okay. It's like people think there's a make the profit button that throws out everything good in the world. Yeah. It's not how it works. It's like I don't want to listen to a lecture from someone who lives in Chaz about how companies work. Like that person doesn't have any idea. Person is Chaz's principal engineer on Win 10. Actually, I wouldn't be that surprised. Well, no. For Microsoft, I would be surprised because Microsoft is not a very hip young company, but like someone from Amazon or like someone from, Google, I totally would believe. Yeah, like why? Like, I don't think schools even teach why we do capitalism, right? They teach critiques of capitalism, but they don't actually explain what it is and what we're doing and why it's what we chose to operate on. It's just very weird. And like what the actual problems are with it, not the made up Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez problems, but like the actual problems. Which there are. There are some moderately serious problems with capitalism. You only got 2 weeks of economics in high school. All right. Now, let's try this on whatever this Q program was. This program was written by Q from James Bond. Okay, I think we need to reproduce the crash again. Yeah. So if we do this, hey, it works. And this. Okay. So that's fine. However, we need to go one further, which is we're supposed to catch when a polymorphic struct like leaks into the outside world. Wait, what? Okay. So I want to go back here and do this for a second. So this will repro the problem again. There we go. So now the problem is there are other ways that a polymorphic thing could leak, and we want to catch it soon. I do not know why this doesn't get caught in type checking. Let's look. In fact, we could actually trace this. For this declaration. So slow, dude. All right, so although actually which declaration is this? Okay, I kind of get it. Like, we don't ever get to the point of checking the expression because that happens later. So I think we check it at an expression level, but not at a declaration level, maybe. All right, let's just put one there. Try that. No type to string. Oh, because it's interp. Interp. Report. How do I frickin'... I need to refine this. Oh, it doesn't... I think it doesn't have a location for some reason. Uninitialized, bro. We copy it right there, man. Well, I bet we stomp it there. All right, let's see. We have to figure out why this isn't working. Companies that thrive are mostly companies that completely ignore the health and safety of their workers. And you're not even talking about the lack of environmental awareness. Okay, what are the most valuable companies in America right now? And how are they doing on worker stuff? And yeah. And if you're going to cite anecdotes from technology press, ask whether those are agendized or whether they're objective reports. B,
before you tell me about how bad capitalism is for the environment, go check the environmental records of the Soviet Union and Communist China and look at the things they did, and then tell me how bad capitalism is.
like, are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but just when people say this stuff that just gets repeated over and over, like, again, I don't blame people for saying this stuff, because the way human beings work is they hear people saying things, and if those things aren't questioned, if those things are not, argued about within the circles that they hang out in, then they just seem obviously true, because nobody ever tries to bring up a countervailing point, and then you just believe them. You believe that it's true. But like, it really pays to like listen to countervailing ideas about these things. You could try to imagine a world that's not communist Russia, China, or Soviet Russia too. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying if your argument is capitalism is bad for the environment, then you should look at the systems lately that were not capitalism and see if they were better for the environment, right? All other things being equal, let's see what the non-capitalist systems did, right? That only makes sense. If you actually care about like evidence, if you actually care that your ideas are correct and that your opinions are correct, you want to validate them by looking at actual evidence from the world, right? If you're not interested in doing that, then you don't actually care about whether your ideas are correct. And then we can't even have a serious discussion, right? Because then you're just saying stuff. So that's all. Somehow they think Sweden is an example. Sweden is capitalist. Have you ever been to Sweden? Have you ever heard of these very large multi-billion-dollar Swedish game companies like King.com, etc., right? The state doesn't own those companies. Sweden is social capitalist. No, it's capitalist. Mojang, good example. Sweden is honestly doing pretty well in the capitalism department right now. They're doing better than most of Europe. So heading to IKEA to claim your free stuff. That's right. Just walk into IKEA and say, I heard Sweden was communist. Give me a meatball. I deserve a meatball because I am a human being. Don't erase my existence by refusing to give me a delicious meatball. Singapore and Bhutan. I don't know anything about Bhutan. I've been to Singapore a couple times. I've talked to people in Singapore. They have an interesting mix, right? Like people who say Sweden is socialist, it's like, no, not really. They have more in the way of like their government spending is more on home type of things than a country like the US, which is often on, away type of things, like sending the military around to places and stuff, right? That's one of the major differences between Sweden and the US, not the only one. Singapore is legit more socialist in some ways, but it's not socialist though, right? Singapore is very non-dogmatic. Like the way that they look at it is, look, we're just going to look at the situation and figure out what the solution is. And we don't care if you think that any particular policy that we do is left-wing or right-wing or whatever. We're just going to do whatever is effective, right? And so some of those things look pretty far left, like, hey, we're going to build state housing for, everybody in Singapore. But then some of those things look far right, like, if you don't want to move out of your hovel into our state housing, we're going to force you to, right? But they've been highly effective, so you kind of can't argue with it. I wouldn't call Singapore socialist in a simple way. They do some things that are a lot more socialist. They do some things that are a lot more capitalist. Do you know what the tax rate is in Singapore for businesses? 15%. That's not socialist. So, yeah. Try, go to all your Elizabeth Warren fans arguing for 90% business taxes in the US and tell them Singapore is socialist and also has a tax rate of 15%, and their head will explode. Forcing people out of their hovel sounds a bit authoritarian left, to be honest. Maybe. It's certainly authoritarian. Let's put it that way. what is the tax rate in Argentina right now? I have a friend who lives there, and he gripes about inflation every time he comes to visit. Money printer go burr. The 90% is supposed to be marginal for people who have huge income. But like, again, people like Jeff Bezos don't have a big cash income. What they have is a big equity income. All right. So in order to tax that, you have to take away their company from them so that they don't control it anymore. And if you're going to do that, then people won't start companies in the US. All right. This is the thing that the left people just don't ever seem to understand. Again, like the people in chat are bringing up the Scrooge McDuck vault. Like that's completely the picture that some of these people have. And I know because they're on my Facebook feed, right? Like there are some people who are like, nobody should have $1 billion. And it's like, yeah, but like, it's not like he has $1 billion bills. That's not how that works. Can't they tax the income he makes when he exercises stock options? I mean, I'm sure they do. Like, this is the thing that people don't understand. Everybody is paying, well, pretty much everybody is paying their fair share of income taxes according to current law. And people who don't go to jail. That system works very effectively in the US. If you dodge taxes for significant amounts of money, the IRS is probably going to catch you. You don't want to do it, all right? So all these people saying like, oh, Jeff Bezos didn't pay taxes or whatever, don't understand how like loss carry forward works. They don't understand how losses work in businesses. They don't understand how like, you know, they don't understand net income. Like I don't even know what to say about this. It just drives me nuts listening to what people say because I don't even know that much about economics, but I know way more than most of the people on Twitter and Facebook, apparently. That's the world we live in. And the last thing, so the last point that's just very important is like, look, high taxation is incompatible with freedom, right? If you raise your taxes really high, people won't start companies here or people will leave, right? And then you have to prevent them from leaving. So you have to start running a jail state in order to keep people here. And then people just won't be that motivated to run their company because why should they run their company for a jail state that's going to take their company away from them, right? So like freedom implies things. And yeah, I don't know, like, yes, charge people taxes, charge people a lot of taxes if you can, but you have to make it worth them running their company here and paying taxes here, right? Or people will leave, you know? One way that you make it worth that is by running a good country that's safe and clean and that people enjoy living in. and that supports innovation and that has good healthcare, right? But actual good healthcare, not like theoretical good healthcare. Um, that's part of how you do those things. Even then, a lot of companies would leave if you raise taxes too high, but that's how you keep more people, right? Like freedom means you have to earn that. The last thing that I have to say about all this is everybody, like, the only thing, one reason why I can't really identify as a Democrat in the US anymore, even though I would have at one point in the past, is like everybody's very myopic about all these things. Like everybody thinks like, oh no, we're not handling all these situations as well as we should, which is often true. The only solution is to raise taxes so we have more money to spend on this thing, right? It's like, okay, first of all, I mean, there's so many things to say about that, but like, what, where's the current money going? There's already a substantial amount of money going toward these types of things, and it doesn't seem very effective, right? So if you put more money, why do you think it's going to become effective all of a sudden, right? Why don't we like step back and look at where all this massive amount of money is going and like try to use it better, okay? If you actually could make government more efficient, then you would have a platform that both current left-wingers and right-wingers could agree with, right? You should, there's so much waste in the budget, it's mostly waste probably, that you should be able to shrink the budget and be more effective at providing services, and you'd make people in both parties happy, right? But nobody even considers that. That's like never part of the discussion. It's always, we either have to raise taxes or we have to shut down programs, right? Depending on which side you're on. And it's like, have a more, yeah, it's people are saying read Thomas Sowell. Yes, read some Thomas Sowell. San Francisco being a great example, one of the richest cities in the world, and look at the result. Exactly. San Francisco is not a nice place to live. And guess what? As soon as we had COVID and all these companies were like, we're going to let people work from home, people are moving out of San Francisco in droves right now. Like rent has dropped by at least 20%, except it's going to be a lot more than that because the prices are like a lagging indicator, right? There's a huge rent crash here where rent prices were crazy. With LTO turned on, the C version is the tiniest bit faster. Interesting. Anyway, if San Francisco were actually a nice place to live, maybe a lot of these people wouldn't have left. Like it's expensive here, but if you felt like it was worth it, you might stay. But when you walk down the street and you have to avoid stepping in poop all the time, and then there's a angry homeless dude who you can smell from 2 blocks away who's running at you yelling, and now you're worried about catching COVID from him, why should you pay $100,000 a year to live in that city? It doesn't make any sense. So of course people are leaving. Do I own properties in SF? No, I do not own any properties, but I may. See, the thing is, I have always spent my money on the game company. So, we self-fund our games, and that is very, very expensive. So, like, and then the other problem is when you're self-employed, people don't like giving you home loans. So I would have to like buy a house in cash probably. And right now we need that money to make games with. So no. was the witness worth the money and effort that went into it? Oh, definitely. Creatively, yes. And also, I mean, we made a big profit on it. It's just, it's been 4 years since we shipped that game. So we spent a lot of that profit that we made making the next stuff. Would I fill my house with puzzles? Probably not. You own a multi-million-dollar company and a bank wouldn't give you a mortgage? That's nuts. Nope. It's how banks work. It's how banks work. Property taxes in SF are higher than rent of comparable apartments in other cities. That is true. That is true. Okay. I wanted to know this. Let's stop ranting about political things and do some programming things. I'm going to rant about how bad Visual Studio is. I bet you've never heard me do that before. Having worked from home for the past 4 months, you don't want to go back to an office again? That is true for many people. That is true for many people. Some people like being in an office. I think I would, if I were an employee rather than someone who ran a place, I think I wouldn't mind occasionally going into an office, but I would prefer mostly not, right? Now, the problem that you will find, though, is that this won't really be stable in the long term, because the reality is, even if businesses try to be meritocratic, automatically human factors come into play. So like if there are some people who see each other most days and hang out and have conversations, those people know each other better than like some guy who they only ever see on the video chat once a week, right? And then if something needs to get done, like who do you trust more rapidly? Well, maybe somebody who, I don't know, every different industry has its own version of this, but generally, if you make solid social relationships at work, you'll get promoted more and all these things. And so there is a significant disadvantage to working remotely that is not really anyone's fault. It's just the way human beings work. But any advice for students who are entering the job market at this moment? I don't know, like what job? Are you entering the McDonald's job market? Are you entering the McDonald's web programming market? Or like video games or what? Our commute is 40 minutes one way. Yeah, that's a little long. That would feel long to me. McDonald's video game market. Guys, you obviously don't know about the best video game ever. If you are not educated about Sneak King, you really are missing out. Pepsi runner thing? I don't remember that one. I know about the Toyota Yaris game. That guy just fell down and Burger King doesn't care. Yeah, I think this video has no audio. This is like really, this game would not get made today for various reasons. Pepsi Man. Wow, okay. This is pretty special. It's just like Space Harrier on the ground. I guess this is what... Pepsi Man. Wouldn't Pepsi Man want everyone to drink all this Pepsi? Why is he taking the Pepsi so that nobody else can have it? Why didn't you drink one of the 700 other Pepsis? Why did you have to get one out of the machine? Wait, is he picking up the Pepsi garbage from everybody who drank all the Pepsis? Like everyone just throws the cans in the road? There was actually, what was the game on the Commodore 64? I always forget the name of this game. Where you actually do, you're like, it wasn't Tubin. That's a different game. No, it was one where you go left and right and you're in like a tube like this and you're picking up cans from out of the water. You're like picking up all the floating can trash. Not River Raid, not Tubin, not River Rescue. Not Bump and Jump. I never remember. Dude, I played this game a lot. I don't think it was... It had good graphics and stuff. All right. Anyway. I think it was from Activision. Of course, Activision made River Raid, so... this is all going to be River Raid. Sadly. Park Patrol, that was it. That was it. How did you remember that? I mean, it didn't have that good of graphics, I guess. But yeah, I guess he's in a raft and not like an inner tube. Let's see. This is what I played when I was a kid, everybody. There's no sound here either. Maybe sound is just... Oh. I have so many audio devices? There we go. You would like go around and like pick up can. See, he picked up a can. And he's getting a can here. He's getting attacked by Space Invader turtles. No sound for Pepsi Man. ASCII Kerr. Very funny name. So this game, it got pretty involved. There's bottles. So you're getting bottles now instead of cans. That's a big upgrade. There's snakes. Why did it have to be? Oh, now he's picking up balls. People left balls around. Look at, there's dudes swimming in the river next to the snakes. I guess that guy was drowning. I forgot about that. That was one of the best games when I was a kid. All right. Let's see the Pepsi Man soundtrack, because we were told that.
There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi. And the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there.
Paperboy. I never liked Paperboy that much.
But it
They're about to riot.
looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
And then the music just shuts off. I guess that's loading screen right there, right? This game is dope. I bet it was a big hit. But like, he gets to the vending machine and there's no big crowd of people there. Those are dangerous manholes with chuds in them. This is quality. Like, what terrible garbage dudes are there in this town? Everybody's bad at their job. Except Pepsi Man. This is really the officially Thomas Sowell game. It's like, these people are poorly educated and bad at their job. Where's the crowd of people around the machine that are going to riot? Am I sick of open world games as well? I think most open world games have been bad. I've never been a big fan of them. They're usually bad. Except Gothic and Gothic 2. He got 100 Pepsi. You got a full screen there. Oh, there's not another cutscene. I wanted another cutscene. Okay, wait. Fireman cutscene.
Pepsi Man! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsi Man?
See, all these people are bad at their jobs. The fireman is like, we're not going to put out the fire. We're going to send Pepsi Man to give them sugar water. It's Chaz. This is basically Chaz right here. This is actually a pretty dope game, dude. I mean, it's basically an iOS game from like 1992 or whatever. These guys are all very mean people. This is where Call of Duty stole the slide from. I kind of feel like the year 2021 is the year for a Pepsi Man remake, you know? So, like, he's trying to get to the top of a building. Like, how far away is this building? All right, there you go. There we go. No! Pepsi Man! What happened? Even Pepsi Man is bad at his job in this town. All right? Red pizza, even the communists are after Pepsi Man.
Pepsi for TV games.
Dude, this game is dope.
Passengers had to make emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted.
Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Pepsi Man is faster than a helicopter. Dude, this game is dipe. I mean, this level seems like it would be kind of unplayable. Honestly. Like, this just seems extremely unplayable and unfair, but it is what it is. I thought they didn't have any energy, but they're all cheering. No! Pepsi Man. He's got to run away now. Those logs have a lot of momentum. You got pizza now.
Pepsi's and pizza.
Pepsi Man, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead.
The main computer of
There isn't enough
Pepsi City.
for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
So they're just kind of repeating gameplay ideas at this point. They're just making it harder, right? I'm sure spraying Pepsi all over a computer will fix it. I mean, I kind of 10% of the way want to make a Pepsi Man sequel now. Not really, but... There sure is a lot of Pepsi in this game. Like, why are you getting killed by Pepsi? I thought Pepsi was supposed to be the good guy.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi! Pepsi, only my choice. Pepsi is... excuse me.
All right. Pepsi Man. That was good. Somebody link this. I could jump. Can I go in there? No. This is giving me a headache already. This game is not Dipe. I would much rather be playing Pepsi Man. Okay, let's get back to actual things. Look, if we're going to make the Pepsi Man sequel, we have to finish the current games that are under development. All right. That is just how this works. Okay, so all right. So the problem is here. There we go. We've got a location now. That's all we were trying to do. See, Pepsi Man helped us out. We don't need to say error here. We don't need to say L0 here. See, we just need a little Pepsi and it gave us the energy to fix the problem immediately. Pepsi Man. Okay, I think we can check this in. I want to re-enable this handling though. Actually, there's one more thing I want to do. So I want to re-enable this and make sure it still works. I will send an email to the dude and say fixed in next beta. All right. Pepsi Man. Okay. Anyway, so the thing that I wanted to check was the following. What is it if I do, if I do this, what is it that's hosing us? Because we do crash if we do this. No, maybe we don't. Maybe we crash only on Sokoban? Yeah, okay. See what that is. Supposed permitted. Are not permitted in runtime code. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, this was totally wrong anyway. Like, how is this even running? That's crazy. All right. Okay. So this should just go away. Like, I'm going to have to get the Pepsi Man soundtrack and play it instead of BFG Division when we want to get really pumped. Like pumped. This is taking a long time to build. I feel like it is not succeeding. I feel like it is infinite looping, which maybe isn't that surprising. All right, we're just going to limit this to this right now. It's fine. The worst that happens is we just don't get a good error message elsewhere. Pepsi Man. I do a Pepsi test instead of, well, right now I can't do any music in the Benny test, which makes me sad. All right. Let's just do tests again, and then we'll check this in. And then we'll look at the next problem, which is here. All right. Um, We've got this thing about for instruct constructor. Hold on. Still running. Downloads. Extract all. Boom. Oh, don't make me build a CPP file. Okay. Hopefully solve your problem. That said, I wasn't aware this applied to regular functions returning structs, just object methods. You can verify the solution when we get the data. Okay. Boy, a lot of people have problems that I am happy to be able to fix. Okay. Compiler crash using return inside ifx. We can't add any more playable characters to Sokoban. Sorry, but as good of an idea as that is, interesting. I mean, the returns are legal. Let's do this. Okay. I guess we'll let it return void right now. Versatility in. Okay. It's just called size. What? What? Oh, yeah. Forgot that part. All right. Hey. It works. Okay, I will reply. Fixed in next beta. It's actually legal. Currently, the problem was that if X was by a void type, expression type, since the expression okay. Fixed crash when if X was given void expressions. Okay. Let's keep looking. Possible scope file bug. I'm able to load a file and access modules imported in that scope file. That's not great. You know what? That's not, I want to delay that one because that's not really causing problems for anyone. Yeah. No. Okay. Right. Turns out we weren't correctly passing Well, I don't know. I don't frickin' like it when people give me C things. How do you compile C in the frickin' command line? I don't even have this stuff in my path right now, right? Right, link.exe, no. Okay. Come on. All right. So where I need to run CL, right? Where did I just put this? Come on. How is this UI so bad? Okay, it's there. All right. How do I make a frickin' library? That's not how you do it. There's a VCVARS batch file that sets up the command line environment. Nope, there used to be. It doesn't work anymore. That's why I stopped depending on it. Lol thinks VCVARS works in the year 2020. Okay. How to build a DLL with cl.exe. Here's a minimal. /d user DLL /d DLL link DLL out. Oh, God damn it. How is your compiler so bad? Okay, one of these was... Let's look for a VCVARS. I don't see one. Okay, let's try it. Last several times I tried it, it didn't work, but this is a new machine installation, so there's a possibility. It actually worked. Oh my God. Wait, no, that's not. Okay, it actually did work though. I had something called cl.exe in the current folder. All right. Okay. Oh, except it's not DLL. How to build a static library using CL. All right, you got to do this in the 2 steps, I think. God. I just hate everything about this. All right. It's been years since I've had to do that. So, all right. All right. All right. Okay. Somebody submitted MD5 implementation. I might have already got this. Whoops. Okay. Crash when using a module. Let's try this. Whoa, there's a bunch of stuff that I didn't check in. All right. Still does crash. Interesting. Interesting. That shouldn't happen. Let's close some of these windows. Okay. Is it a lambda? Well, I gather it isn't because the pointer is null. Declaration imported. Source type. Importer. Okay. Is it a lambda? No. Okay, what is the importer? It bothers me that it's a load directive. Okay. I don't think loads really... What did I do? Oh, I didn't do this. Still. Oh, because it's the wrong compiler. Hey. All right. Bug in modules math matrix. Maybe this will fix a bug in Sokoban. No, I guess we don't use it. Let me see. Does anyone call this? If not, it's debatable that we should be having it here. but I guess one of our users is using it, so that's a good sign. Okay, so I just want to eyeball the difference here so I can see what it is. Wait, I'm looking at the same file twice. Zero 3 0 0 0 1 0 2 1 3 1. I'm trying not to diff it. I'm just trying to look. Oh, it doesn't do the whole matrix. It only goes 0 to 2. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so our original version is copying all of these. It's transposing the whole. But that shouldn't matter because we overwrite it later. 0 3 1 3 2 3 0 0 1 0 2 0 0 1 1 1 2 1 0 2 1 2 2 2 X Y Z. Well, I don't know. Is that the only difference? Does anyone else see a difference? Deflator. Okay, column function. I mean, it shouldn't work this way anyway. Well, maybe it's fine. Oh, I see. It's okay. I get it. Because we overwrite the 0 0 0. All right. I get you. All right. We'll just do this. Because I have a couple other minor changes in here. Where's my column function? There it is. Wait, did I just set it the wrong one? No. All right. I should make sure nobody calls this actually. Nope. Nobody used it, which is why nobody noticed it was wrong. All right. Wait, what did we just fix in bytecode builder? I forget even. It was like 5 minutes ago, dude. Where were we in that file? Oh yeah, there. Fixed a crash when using an when referencing an identifier through using import directive. And then fixed some small bugs in Math Matrix. You think a part of a row is still not correct? Yeah, I mean, like, so there's two problems. One is that, I mean, basically the last row is supposed to be 0001 no matter what. And we transpose like the translation coordinates onto there. It's not the right thing. Okay. Yeah, the comment was right, but the code wasn't. Exactly. We were making it not be 0001 by transposing the whole thing. Okay. It's been 2 hours since my inadvertent computer shut down. 2 whole hours. Okay. I guess I could start shipping the beta, but let me start looking at some of these bugs that I had. Like what was going on here? Okay, I thought I had a parsing problem with that. Wait, this says pointer, and that says pointer. So why does this compile? Oh, it compiles because this is polymorphic and we never call it. We have to say f of true. True. Okay, so far so good. Left argument of a shift operation must be of an integer type. And it thinks it's a static if. What is even happening? Okay, so, oh, it's this down here. Okay. It thinks this is a shift. Okay. So the static if. This is a weird parser hole. The static if is finishing parsing. And then continuing onward. I'm getting hungry. Whoops. Left argument of a shift operation must be of an integer type. This is a really annoying thing. So like it's saying, oh, this semicolon is part of this. But then we're continuing on to parse an expression because this could have been an expression, but it wasn't. Thanks everybody for telling me about Pianter. I never would have noticed that myself. Oh wait, I did. You know what? I'm getting a little tired. I feel like it's break time. I feel like I could wind down the stream right about now. I mean, after Pepsi Man, where is there to go? You assume it's the same language email from years ago? Yeah, just send it there. I'll see it. It'll all be good. Well, we got some bugs fixed. Look at this. Look at this list of fixes. I want to fix this one though. This one's annoying. I just don't want to do it right this second because it's nighttime and I'm a little tired. And I want to make that running. Yeah. I want to ship the new beta tomorrow, I think is the plan. Does anyone else stream their development work? Mostly no. I mean, you know. Oh yeah. I'm now looking through the log to see what other people did besides me and adding it. Because it's easy for me to know what I did, but the change log, of course, has to say what all the major changes are. Did I get this swap thing? Um, Cool. It's getting to be a chunky changelog. That's the name of my new band, Chunky Changelog. We add one or two more, it'll be sufficiently chunky. We'll mark this for tomorrow. Any thoughts on Maquette? The trailer dropped today. Dude, I played the first version of Maquette, I want to say in 2010 or 11. Okay. And I actually wanted to hire Hanford to make that game while we were doing The Witness. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, or he didn't want to, because it would have defocused our project. All right, let's see. Let's see what we're looking at here. Wait, reveal trailer 4 months ago. Is there a new trailer, or are you talking about this one? Gameplay walkthrough trailer, I guess we're talking about.
I'd like to introduce a game that we've been working on for the past few years called Maquette. It's a first-person puzzle game set in a world that is nested inside of itself recursively. The player
looks a
will
little
use these
witnessy,
nested recursive
that last
worlds
scene.
to solve a completely unique set of puzzles. Let me show you how this works.
Just
Here
saying
you
it.
can see this big castle, an ornate dome over here,
Yeah, okay. So
and these.
apparently this has spoilers in it. So I'm going to pause. I know what the spoilers are because I have played the game before. If you do not know what the spoilers are and you you don't want to be spoiled on a cool idea for a game, then just leave right now and come back in 3 minutes and 30 seconds just to be safe. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Towers. The orange cube is blocking our way to the towers. I can't pick it up or move it because it's too big and heavy. But if we go inside this dome, you'll see we have a smaller version of the same world. You can see a smaller castle, ornate dome, towers, and a smaller version of the cube. An exact copy of the larger world is nested inside.
Yeah, like explaining it like this is not the right way to do it. You want a trailer with no words where you show it happening in the way that's awesome. You know what I
And when
mean?
we do that, we can see it gets moved in the regular sized world as well. Now that we have moved the large cube out of the way, we can access that area of the game. Anything that we do in the small world is reflected in the regular world around us. There are a lot of exciting implications to this. It's running in real time, so if we drop the cube here, you can actually see the larger version moving in the regular world. And if you look very closely in the background, you can see another, even larger cube moving in a larger world out there. We have a simulation on all these levels of recursion. That was a simple example, but we can do some really cool stuff in unexpected ways using recursion. Here we have a key that we can use to open this door. Once we get inside, we see we have a gap too large to cross by jumping. Maquette asks you to think about new ways to use ordinary objects. In this case, the solution is to take this key, which is tiny, and bring it into
It's
the
not
maquette.
that tiny.
By placing it across the gap, it can be used as a full-size bridge in the regular-sized world. We can also take that same key, make it larger, place it on the wall, and now use it as a ramp to get out of the regular-sized world into an even larger world. The game will take you to these worlds and beyond to a larger world.
Yeah, they're totally spoiling. Like, this is cool when you figure it out,
These puzzles lead the player through a love
but they're
story
super
about two people
spoiling it.
growing together. You will explore the scale of everyday problems in a modern relationship, where sometimes the smallest of issues can become insurmountable obstacles. And that's Maquette, a totally unique puzzle experience. We're really excited for you to play this on PlayStation 5 as well as PlayStation 4.
It doesn't have that many views, man. Oh, it's a new trailer, though. Well, I hope it does well. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that explainy trailer. Do I have any advice for advertising as an indie without Twitter? Advertising is not that great of a strategy when you're small because you don't have money to spend on it, right? So what you want to do is find some really cool way that a lot of people want to participate in your game's launch in some way, whatever that is. You know, like give people a reason that they want to know about your game and get involved. I don't know what that is, but that's the thing to do. Yeah, exactly. If we had done the equivalent of that trailer for The Witness, it would have spoiled the big moments in the game. And I think that's what they did right there is they spoiled, you know, like that's a really cool moment when you figure out that you can get over the wall. Rip. Well, I mean, you know, most people who play the game probably won't have seen the trailer, so it's not that bad, but I don't know, man. Yeah, the success sound effect, I think, I don't do that kind of a thing, as you may know, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's patronizing and condescending, and it makes you feel like you didn't think of it, right? It makes you feel like somebody else thought of it, and then you just filled in the blank. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we're done spoiling mostly. I won't say anymore. What game was that? It's called Maquette, M-A-Q-U-E-T-T-E? I don't know. M-A-Q-E-T-T. It's a French word. Dang it. M-A-Q-U-E-T-T-E. It's French for hot dog. That's exactly right. If there's one thing we need in the game industry, it's more games with names that are French for hot dog. Does it have to be launch oriented, or can you grow your audience gradually after a modest launch? The answer to that question is it depends on what kind of game. If you make a single player puzzle game like I am, then the answer is very likely no. And the kinds of games that grow after launch are games that people play for a very large number of hours or indefinitely, that are either multiplayer or just have a, or that are like a lifestyle game, you know, like Stardew Valley or Factorio or something, where like you just play Factorio for an incredible long amount of time, right? That's the kind of game that can grow after launch. If you make something like The Witness, no, it's not going to grow after launch. Binding of Isaac and Spelunky are another example, like very replayable games.
Desperados 3.
Let's look for the official trailer.
Rated M for mature.
There is no such thing as good or bad. There's only what you want and what you do to get it. And when life gives you lemons, you squeeze them in the eyes of your enemies. It all started with Doc McCoy, a ruthless mercenary, cold son of a gun. We hired him, and he delivered, but we made a mistake. We shorted him a buck or two, and that's when the shit started to fall apart. That's where the trouble started. Things got worse when we fucked over old man O'Hara. His niece, Kate.
Language.
Just get mad. She got even. And then there was this half-wit Hector. What a loud, strong, and cockeyed AP is. Gotta admit, he beat the living daylights out of our men at Flagstone. Though I'd reckon he didn't operate all on his lonesome. At first they were all pretty annoying, but no real threat. It all changed when those...
This game just looks like Commandos with a Western theme.
Something had to be done. The only problem was they completely disappeared, scattered like cockroaches. Some would think that's where the story ends. It didn't. That was just the beginning. We hadn't heard.
I guess kids
from
these
the
days
troublemakers since
don't
the
know
accidents
Commandos because it's from
around
before they were
Flagstone.
born.
But we did get word from Louisiana that Isabel Moreau, a name I didn't think I'd ever hear again, had appeared like a ghost. And as usual, whenever she's involved, things turned all topsy-turvy. Those roaches really thought they could...
All right. That's the beauty of kids these days. You can make the same old stuff forever. Mm-hmm. I agree. Like, that looks so much like Commandos. I have not thought about Commandos in a very long time, and I saw this game and I'm like, oh, Commandos. Hard Space: Shipbreakers. That doesn't sound like a good title, but maybe the game's good. I want the official trailer. What do I watch to know about the game?
Welcome to Morrigan Station.
Ugh, I don't like
Careful
that.
out there. That salvage costs more than your life. Do not mess this up.
Is this game co-op? No. That's too bad. I mean, this is not... Okay, this is a bad trailer, right? So look, this is the kind of thing that happens when you're trying to market your game. They were like, hey, let's have a bunch of different trailers and they'll have different themes. This one will be called the Big Bang trailer and it's all about explosions, right? And it's like, okay, first of all, that doesn't make sense if I'm coming along and I'm just a player and I see this and I want to play the game. It's like, or I want to know about the game. I play this trailer, Big Bang trailer. Okay, what does that mean? I watch it and I'm not learning anything about the game except that there's a lot of explosions. But like every game has explosions. I don't care that much about explosions, right? You need to do something besides show me a bunch of explosions. So like, it's the kind of thing that seems to make sense when you're sitting down and making your plan for how to market the game, but it's not actually a good move, right? Maybe this is a better trailer, but then just do it.
Hello everyone, I'm Trey, here to share some tips and tricks to use when playing Hard Space Shipbreaker, our industrial sci-fi zero-G spaceship salvaging game.
Is this guy from the Netherlands?
On behalf of the dev team and our friends at Focus, I'd like to personally thank all of you cutters out there from all over the world that have joined us in our journey through early access on Steam. We've been listening, and we're already talking about your feedback, your ideas, your suggestions. You're already helping us make the game
This guy's
better,
a bad actor.
and we've only
Stop
just
lying
begun.
to me.
So again, thank you.
The Lynx Corporation is also very grateful for your free feedbacks and ideas.
Okay, in this video we have 10 important tips and tricks for all you cutters out there to help you keep your credits high and your death counts low. Number 1, learn the grapple. The grapple tool is vital for moving heavy and dangerous objects that are floating in space. The pull function can bring light objects towards you, or bring yourself
This is
towards
very
objects that are far heavier than
remedial.
you are. Horizontal and vertical cuts. Yourself from strength of the pull. So if you chain reaction,
Like he's spending 30 seconds saying things that I can see in 4 seconds.
The safest way to depressurize a room is to find it completely. Be careful when removing power sources. Like reactors, power sources become unstable as soon as they're removed from their casing and can damage nearby objects and overcharge any electronic equipment they come in contact with. Number 7.
Yeah. I can think of the good version of that trailer, and that's not what that is. It might be a good game. I just don't think the trailers are good. We might try it sometime on a gaming stream. You know, multiple friends who would put cool explosions as a significant factor in their purchase decision. Sure, but like Call of Duty has way better explosions than that. So if you want a game with good explosions, you buy Call of Duty. You know? That's all. That's all I'm saying. right, everybody. I think we've been fiddling around enough. I'm going to have a can of tuna and go to bed. I bought this a long time ago. It's been sitting in the closet. We have to eat it by October 9th, 2022. So we're going to get our fish oil tonight. All right. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you later on. Later on.